We are well into the afternoon. In fact, if I look at the clock right now, it is 9 minutes to 1 already. I got badly sidetracked this morning, and I was making muffins. And normally, making muffins only takes about half an hour or so altogether. But I thought, why don't I video this? Because these muffins are going to be sort of special. They were actually, I'm making for the neighbors. And anyway, at least 4 comments said, Ron, you're going to be bending this at the wrong run. You wanted to bend it at number 5, and you've got it set for number 6. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, we're going to just recompose here. We'll get the macro lens back on. And Nigel had a couple of ideas about maybe putting a piece of paper or card on the top of this to so that the radius isn't so sharp. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe using a drill bit. That is before I put it in Andy's bender here. And I was thinking of using a drill bit to get a gradual radius, but I'm going to try this card idea of Nigel's, and also the idea that somebody else had of using the paper to bend it up. We'll just use a combination of the two. Also, I realized that probably when we bend this piece at let me just put the macro lens on, and then I've also got a graphic that I designed last night that shows where the bend will come. Not that anybody cares. Anyway, now before we put the macro lens on, and before I forget to talk about this, clearly this has not all dissolved. I can well imagine, though, that the solution is, you might say, pretty potent. One of the viewers was suggesting that perhaps what we could do is we could heat this, I guess boil it. And I was thinking about that too. I do think, though, that probably what would happen is that after it cooled down, we would probably have it, I don't know, condensing, you might say. Now this is just my own uneducated guess. Chemistry is not my thing. Anyway, now I was wondering what could we use as card to go on top of that ladder, and then I remembered this little card that we got yesterday with the glue, our little thank you card. So I'm glad I didn't throw that out now. So let's just let's find a place here where it's white, probably up here, and get a little strip of it. Now, I may not be doing this exactly right. Now, the idea is, of course, that we're gonna take this and we're gonna lay it on top of the ladder, and then, okay, now I'll put the macro lens on. Now, I was noticing yesterday that when I was trying to work around with this thing, this little white piece of paper that we were going to use keeps sliding around, and I'm just wondering, why don't I just release this here, and I wonder, can I take it right off? No, but I can turn it enough. Okay, too bad you can't see what I'm trying to do here. See, I want to fasten the paper down on this end here. Let's see here. Okay, now maybe you can see what I'm trying to do. Like I've said before, this is half the fun for me. Now I realize that this piece of paper is going to possibly hold everything up. Now, if I could just put this tape on like that, Okay, now the idea is, let's see if I can try to work it onto the paper so it's not going to be loose. I'm going to just have to stick my big thumb in your way there. There we go. Okay. Now the idea is, did I go too far now? And is it, have I got it covering the ladder? No, it's not. Okay. All right. Now, when I move the ladder around, the paper should stay still. Yeah, before everything was moving on me. Okay, now we'll swing everything around and recompose our camera here. Okay, we can't help but notice how the oxidation is coming off here. Get this up against the edge here. The reason I want it up against the edge is because if it's not, we're not going to be able to see what's happening. Okay, now I'm going to superimpose that graphic that I drew last night. Actually, there's two of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I read the graph right, or the manual right, the bend should actually happen between number 5 and number 6. So what we want to do is get this something like that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the bend happens right there, okay, if you know what I mean, it should be just right. Now we got to get that little piece of card on top of this so that it's going to make the radius not real tight, because it's supposed to be a little bit rounded. Okay, that was kind of embarrassing. I couldn't find the other one, so I had to recut here. This is not the same one. I wonder if Andy's bender here is sitting on top of it and is covering it up. I guess we'll know once we lift it up. Now, how can I get that on there without moving our ladder? Because once I cover the ladder up, I can't see it anymore. Maybe we should back this off a little bit. Oh, this is so delicate, folks. And I am so clumsy. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this wrong here. Okay, have I still got it in the right place? 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. I think it's going to bend in the right place. If I can just get this on top of there now and have it lay itself down. Maybe if I go all the way through and grab onto it from the other end. Well, it's not quite over top of that rung that is closest to you. There it is now. I'm looking straight down on it. You're coming in at about a 45-degree angle. Now, I'm just going to clamp this down here. Okay, now the idea is when we lift up on this paper, it should lift everything up, right? That's the idea. What I'm concerned about is that when it gets to the card, when it starts lifting on the card isn't going to bend square. I'm going to have to try and hold this down tight and then pull out on the paper. And I'm pulling out on the paper. Does it look like it's bending in the right place? Okay, well, let's back everything off here and get it out where we can see it. Now, did this bend between 5 and 6? Whoops. Kinda. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. It bent a little bit too much. The bend should have been a little bit further to your right. At least that's the way I see it. It actually bent on rung number 5, and it should have bent a little bit more to your right. Well, let's put it on the part and see how badly off it is. We are going to have to put it on the part tomorrow because it is going on for 4 o'clock already here in Winnipeg. And as most of you know, I like to post my video at 5 p.m., which is around 11 p.m. in the UK. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, we are making progress. It doesn't seem like we are, but we actually are. We're going to all of a sudden be jumping ahead to the next step. Now, mind you, we do have some parts to glue on. Anyway, as I started to say, thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.